A moment of silence for those who got trapped. Indoor sunglasses, engage. Hello, and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. Today, we're going to be talking about Vinco Ventures or BBIG stock. Today, we saw a very nice bull trap in BBIG, and don't act like I didn't tell you. Don't forget what the heck the name of my video was yesterday. It was "Don't Fall for the Trap." So if you fell for the trap anyways, that's literally on you. I do everything I can, guys. I do everything. I try my hardest here, but you got to make your own decisions in the end. So you do you, guys. Not financial advice given here. Drop a like on the video if you guys enjoy this content. Subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Hootmoney trade alerts, first link in description. All right, my friends, so here we have the Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern. As you guys can see, BBIG shot up to 350 in after hours last night. It shot up again in pre-market today, bouncing off of that 326 level. I corrected myself this time. A few people freaked out because I accidentally said 226 yesterday. No, 326 is the level to be watching here. That's the resistance level. That's the new support level. And what we're seeing here is obviously it jumped up. It went way above that 326 level, and now it's at 312, and it saw a low of 310. So I said yesterday that we are likely to consolidate around this level. It doesn't have to be a perfect bounce. It can dip under, but 326 should technically be this average price that we consolidate before we get the next leg in BBIG. So if we take the top value of 350 and we add the bottom value of 310 right here, we get an answer. We divide that number by 2. This will give us the average price of the high and the low. That's $3.30. So that would put us at around right here, which would still be a consolidation zone. So based off of the price action alone, I would expect it plays out something like this, where it consolidates around, again, that 326 level of resistance, which would be the consolidation zone for the Wyckoff pattern. All right, so just like yesterday's video, let's talk about why exactly this stock did in fact sell off today. So what did we see happen? We saw a lot of volume come into the stock as of yesterday, right before close, inducing tons and tons of FOMO into this stock. Now, I have a social sentiment indicator. BBIG was at a very high value as of last night. So yesterday in total, BBIG was popping off on the social sentiment. So understand, majority of the bullish conviction in BBIG from yesterday throughout retail was in this area of price action. And even after 8 p.m. when the market was closed, that bullish sentiment was holding strong. So retail was really bullish. We see a nice dump off at 4 a.m. when the market opens in pre-market today. It comes right back up. It bounces perfectly off that 326 level. So resistance turned into support at that 326 level. It goes up a little bit again, and it comes right back down. And then we rally all the way back up to 346 at open. Guys, remember, retail does not control the price action of this stock. This stock is not going up and down based off of retail's conviction. Retail remained bullish. When you see that pump up at market open, retail is bullish, right? It would only make sense because obviously retail was bullish in this price action. You see the move right back up. Retail would remain bullish with that market open. I'm sure you guys were. And I'm in my live stream chat. I see this move myself. Honestly, what this move was looking like at market open was a bounce off of this point and into phase E. But again, it never plays out perfectly. If it played out perfectly like the Wyckoff pattern suggests, then it would be unable to trap people now that a lot of people actually know of it. So how did it trap people today? It pumped up at open, got people to FOMO in, looked like a continuation continuation of the move that we saw yesterday, then it gets rugged. Obviously, the S&P 500 was down too. That contributes somewhat to the price action. But when you're dealing with a stock like BBIG, again, most of the price action is being controlled by algorithms, market makers. Retail likely only accounts for maybe 10% of the price action in this stock, even though it's a very, very popular stock. Looking at all of this price action right here on your screen right now, most of this price action is not being controlled by retail. Retail was not the ones who dumped this price back down to 313 today. Now, there is a nice little area of demand right here for BBIG, so it would make sense that it does recover from this position right here. Anything could happen, but like I mentioned, the average price is around 330 from the high of the day yesterday to the low of the day today. So with that being said, if it does consolidate and it forms a bull flag around those 2 points, that would put it at around 330 on average. It doesn't have to play out this way, but I kind of suspect it to. So remember, the whole psychology behind the Wyckoff pattern, yes, it is a price action pattern, but it's more so a psychology pattern because it programs in these shakeouts and springs where they really try to get people to sell off, thinking that the play is over, thinking that the play is done. Exactly how I expected. If there's a bear trap, people are going to just assume that it's bearish, and I'm still seeing those bearish opinions being thrown around even after the video that I posted yesterday warning of this exact thing happening, where people are going to flip from bullish to bearish now that the stock price has went down, even though nothing has changed. The Wyckoff pattern is still intact. There's bull traps, there's bear traps. This was a bull trap right here. This is probably a bear trap. So another thing I need to clarify that I don't think a lot of people have a good grasp of is whether or not BBIG has already gamma squeezed, right? People might say something like, oh, yesterday was the gamma squeeze. This was the gamma squeeze. BBIG already gamma squeezed. It really did not. BBIG's had 2 other gamma squeezes. One was in September of 2021. The other was in January of 2022. We did go over the January gamma squeeze in yesterday's video. I highly encourage, if you did not watch yesterday's video, to watch that right now. But as you guys can see, when there is a gamma squeeze, there's a massive major spike up in implied volatility for the stock. So as you guys can see, in September, implied volatility, which is this yellow line on the chart, it spiked up like absolute crazy. Same thing happened in January of 2022, earlier this year. Implied volatility ended up spiking up like crazy. When the gamma squeeze comes, and it has not come yet, implied volatility will be spiking up from what it is sitting at right now at around 170% for the volatility index to roughly 250% plus. So I guarantee you guys, I'm not going to be selling any of my call options until implied volatility spikes up like crazy. Right now, we're seeing a pretty average, pretty constant implied volatility. In that 170% implied volatility, no, there has not been a gamma squeeze yet. So again, guys, market makers are working overtime to trap people. There's tons of speculators on BBIG, and those speculators are going to get burned. I've held my options, I've held my shares this entire time. Sure, I could have traded it as well, but I guarantee most people that are trading this are probably losing money. And honestly, the best way to play this is just hold. It's very, very simple. You just hold it, you wait for that implied volatility spike, and then you can sell it. It is what it is. People are going to buy, people are going to sell. I can't control what you guys do personally. It's all up to your guys' own decision. All I can do is hopefully guide you guys in the right direction, and we can all make money together. So don't freak out, don't FUD out, don't be a chaser, don't be a short-term speculator, don't buy those weekly call options. Know why you're in the play in the first place, and that's for the gamma squeeze, which has not yet happened. And once it does happen, that's when you can reap your rewards of being a patient investor. BBIG is also now back on this SHO threshold list. As you guys can see, we are back, baby. We're back on the threshold list. This isn't always the best news. It means that we are being scammed technically, because there are tons of failure to delivers that are on this stock. But at the same time, those failure to delivers do need to be covered, and we saw the exact same thing in January. if there were no failure to delivers whatsoever on this stock, trust me when I say this, my friends, BBIG would be like such a higher price. It would be way beyond $3 per share right now. They failed to deliver this stock so that they can deliver it in the future. So let's just say that you bought it in January. So 114, for example, you paid $463 for that stock. Well, they have 30 days to cover those failure to deliver. So you pay $463, you don't actually get that share because, well, they failed to deliver to you. Well, guess when they are going to deliver that share to you? Oh, well, they have 30 days before, or T plus 35. So they have 35 days to deliver that share. Let's just take a look at BBIG's share price towards the end of February when market makers actually have to deliver that share to not pay that fine. Oh, look at that. The share price is a lot lower than $4.50, whatever we were at. It's a lot lower. That's the point. They're going to start failing to deliver these shares, hoping that in the future they can crash the stock price, remove conviction, which is why it is on the threshold list. This is why market makers do this in the first place. They don't fulfill their obligations. They decide exactly to the T when they want to crash the price and get all options out of the money, literally at their command, right? Then they deliver the share finally a month later for a fraction of the cost that someone else bought it for. It's a scam. Guys, this whole stock is being set up to scam people. It's up to you guys to realize this and not play the obvious moves so that you don't get scammed. Oh, and guess what? Off exchange volume has also reached a new high today at 65%. Over 14% from the 30-day average of 51% for off-exchange volume. You can see it right here as well. Off-exchange trading spiked up to a new high that we have not seen in months. Today's move was not from retail selling. This is literally a bull trap, guys. This is literally a bull trap. It's not people losing conviction. It's not people selling. People did sell. People fell for it. They're bear trapping people right now. It's so obvious. But people see the price go down and they get bearish. And how can I explain to you guys that they're doing this on purpose? Threshold security, 65% dark pool volume, the highest dark pool that we've seen in months. This price action is not retail. Don't blame other retail investors. This is market makers. This is not you. This is not me. You really think the pump from 326 back up to 346 at market open was legit? No, they were trying to bull trap people, try to get people to buy at an all-time high, or not an all-time high, but a relative high of BBIG stock, thinking that it was going to break out and see new heights and that more FOMO would kick in. But what do they do when they do that? They rip it apart, right? So now we got to deal with a bunch of people that FOMO'd in above $3.30 that now have a stock that's at $3.11, down 7.5% on their shares, probably more if they FOMO'd into options. And I guarantee you people FOMO'd into options yesterday. We saw a ton of people FOMO into options yesterday, and the FOMO buyers all get wrecked and talk FUD and talk bad about this stock, even though this has always been programmed. It's always been planned to the T, and you're never going to make money if you're just speculating on these moves, because they're set up to be super confusing, and quite frankly, they're being set up to trap you. So again, guys, understand why you're here in the first place. I am here because I believe there will be a gamma squeeze within the next 2 weeks for BBIG. Has that gamma squeeze happened yet? No. I showed you guys the implied volatility chart. I showed you that implied volatility is still relatively low for BBIG stock. So there has not been a gamma squeeze yet. We know that they're going to try to trap us. We know that they're going to do all of this stuff, but we also have our conviction, or at least I have my conviction, which is why I'm not really worried when I see these drops. I know exactly what they're doing. It's so So obvious. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Drop a like on it if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel if y'all are new. Check out Moomoo if you want up to $7,000 in free stock, as well as a free share of Neo with a promotion that ends tomorrow. The Neo share you will not be able to get in 2 days. Tomorrow is the last day you can get your free Neo share. Those links are in the description or pinned comment section. Also, trade account. We made a 100% option trade today, calling the top on AMTX. If you want Hootmoney trade alerts, it's that first link in the description. All the plays that don't make it to YouTube, don't make it to Twitter, they make it to Hootmoney trade alerts. And that's that first link below. Anyways, my friends, that's about it. I'll be seeing you guys next time.